So you mentioned support gigs there. I've got this right that you supported All Time Low.
Yeah.
So I bet you've been asked about it a lot, but I think we were pretty blown away by that. Like, what was that like? That sounds incredible.
You'd be surprised at how little we've been asked about it, actually, because that was one of the last ones as well before everything went.
Okay.
That was our last gig, wasn't it? A year ago, just over a year ago.
Yeah. So, you know, we did that, and then so much was supposed to like come off the back of it, and then like the world ended, so it just kind of like fizzled out, to be honest. But I don't remember what your question was. I just
well, just what was it like? Like, how did it come about, and like just all that sort of stuff?
So it came about because I mentioned Future Sound earlier. So they work with us in Leeds. I think they had put us forward with a couple other bands in Leeds, because All Time Low were wanting like a local band to support them. Anyway, they put them forward to All Time Low, and they were like, yeah, man, like, we'll have them. And that was very awkward because, like, in between, like, when we have to like send it to them first to see if they want like you to support them. So obviously we confirmed it, and then we were just waiting, like, do they like us? Do they want us? And then when it came back, we were like, phew, like, we can confirm it. In the actual show itself, it was very overwhelming because I used to be really into pop punk when I was a teenager. So was Hannah. She used to read like All Time Low, our bassist. So like it was just weird, like from going like watching MTV Rocks every Saturday with my mates to then like meet them and play alongside them was very surreal. And like they were really nice. We met them at the end, Alex, the lead singer, and stuff. But yeah, it was actually quite stressful in a way prior because it was at Brudenell Social Club, and I don't think they were ready for the fangirls that come with All Time Low. So I remember like the venue just like stressing out because it was like low capacity. Well, it was like for them, it was a low capacity venue. I think is Brudenell like 400, 500 capacity, and usually All Time Low.
Only 400.
Yeah. Whereas All Time Low usually play, I want to say arenas or O2s, maybe arenas.
I'd have thought they'd be playing arenas.
Yeah, so it was like an intimate warm-up show, wasn't it? They did one in London, and then they came up and did one in Leeds. So it was like, and it only got announced like the week before. And like I remember we arrived at Brudenell, and there were like people like with duvets and pillows like sleeping outside Brudenell, like waiting to get in. And the venue just were not prepared for that. They just didn't. I don't think they expected it, and so security was like super tight, and I don't think they really like, unfortunately, knew about us and who we were.
Yeah, I think they thought we were groupies or something.
Yeah. And they thought that we were trying to like get people in, like fans and stuff. Like we had our partners with us, and like they all had to leave. It was so sad. So it was a bit of a stress on that front, but like it wasn't like bad or anything. We just hung out and got to play before All Time Low, which was super cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a new experience. Like I think it's prepared us for shows like that. If more like that happened for us in the future, we kind of know a bit more what to expect.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was
that classic thing of like all the people who have come to the show like do not know who the support is, and they're not there to see you like at all. They've come to see All Time Low. So like playing on stage, it was such a weird experience, and like we haven't really experienced that yet because we haven't played for like bands as big as that. But I'm sure we've got more to come. But there were just people like leaning on the railings, just like staring at me like,
really?
Yeah, because they don't know, they don't know who we are, and like they're just kind of listening and like making their opinions, but they like looked so bored.
Oh, that's my
there was like a few people who were like partying and like having a good time, but that was such a different experience to just be like, they're not here to see you, and that's fine, and people hopefully will go away and listen to us afterwards.
But I think you're a good one, because I think as soon as you start, if people aren't interested, people sort of will be quite quick. I think sometimes if the support's a bit safe, like someone has come out with an acoustic guitar and do whatever, people are going to be bored. But like if you come out and actually sort of make an impact, people will like take it away, even if they maybe don't seem like it at the time.
Yeah, they're just making their minds up like at the time, and it's such a funny thing to experience like from the stage.
I think we went down pretty well because I like try to make sure to interact with people online and stuff. So beforehand, like people were messaging us a lot of the time asking if we could get them in for a ticket. But like there was a bunch of people who like have, I think, like kept listening to us after, because I was talking to my friend earlier today and she'd actually moved in with a new flatmate like when she at uni in Nottingham, and she was like, yeah, like I had only met her a few times and she shared like Goth Girl on her stories the other day. She's like a mega fan. And I was like, really? I don't know who she is. So I was like, oh, that's good, I guess. And she's a big fan of All Time Low. So I was like, we were like, oh, it must be.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. Hopefully we made like some fans from that.
Yeah, it's my favourite part about going to gigs like that, especially ones, I think it's probably a bit different because of All Time Low. They're obviously very fangirly people around it. So when people go and watch, they're maybe not as interested in solely finding music. But I feel like for me and Joe, whenever we go to gigs, like the support's half the reason we're there, like because we're just kind of excited to see what people are like.
Yeah.
It is good to go down early and check support slots out and things like that, isn't it? I used to always make sure to do it when I was like going to gigs when gigs could happen. But under the teenager, to be honest, like even when I'd go to the O2 Academy and stuff, I was getting down early to see, discover new bands as well.